Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Drafted Up Podcast. We're a podcast focused around the NFL draft and fantasy football drafts. I'm Theo. That's Nick. This is the crew. How you doing, bruv?
Good. How are you, my boy?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain on my end. Today, we're going to be finishing up our Couch Scout series as we're giving you our top 5 safeties and our top 5 cornerbacks today. But before we dive on into that, you can follow us over on Twitter at draftedup_pod. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, so check us out there. Search Drafted Up Podcast. Help us out any way you can. Either spread the word of mouth or like, review, rate, subscribe to the pod. Do all that good jazz. We appreciate the support. We love you guys joining us here each and every episode as we scroll through the NFL draft and we inch ever so closely there. We're a week away as of this recording.
Mm-hmm. One whole week, baby.
But it'll be way closer once this episode posts. But let's dive on in. How about it? Give me your top 5 safeties for the 2024 rookie class.
Top 5 safeties. Here we go. Number 5, I got Cole Bishop from Utah. Number 4 is Kalen Bullock from USC. Number 3 is Jaden Hicks from Washington State. 2 is Tyler Nubin from Minnesota. And then 1 is Javon Ballard from Georgia.
All right, you got 2 guys in your top 5 who are not in my top 5.
I would assume it's Cole Bishop and
Cam Bullock. That guy's a bum.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
I'm not in on Cam Bullock.
That's crazy.
Let me see. Kalen Bullock, I'm sorry. Cole Bishop is my safety 7.
Okay.
Kalen Bullock is my safety 8.
Whoa, that's something.
I do not like the tape.
Who are your 10 through 6? We don't have to really talk about them, but who are they 10 through 6?
I said, okay. 10 is Malik Mustafa from Wake Forest. My 9 is Sione Vaki from Utah.
Yeah.
8, Kalen Bullock. 7, Cole Bishop. 6, Dadrian Taylor Demerson from Texas Tech.
Okay. Well, I'll quick run through my 10 through 6 then. I have Jalen Simpson from Auburn at 10. 9, I have Bo Braid. How would you pronounce it? Bo
Braid.
Bo Braid. Okay. Yeah, from Maryland.
That's how I pronounce it.
I would assume it's Bo, yeah. 8 would be Malik Mustafa from Wake Forest. 7, Darian Taylor Demerson from Texas Tech. 6, Cameron Kitchens from Miami.
Okay, so we got similar guys in our top 10.
Oh, I can hear that dog barking outside.
He doesn't like the rankings. You mentioned Cam Kitchens. He is my 5. Cameron Kitchens from Miami. My 4, who I didn't hear you even say in your top 10, is Tyke Smith from Georgia.
I have him at 11.
Not
my top 10.
My 3 is your 1, Javon Bullard, also from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 is Jaden Hicks from Washington State. And my safety 1 throughout the whole process, staying there, Tyler Nubin, Minnesota.
He's been my 1 all process up until 45 minutes ago.
Okay, the gap has certainly narrowed for sure.
Yeah,
it's coming into the process, Nubin and Kitchens were my 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Kitchens did take a little bit of a spill. Nubin I had as like a top 24, 25 guy. He's fallen a little bit. Jaden Hicks has really rose up my board. Mm-hmm. So let's dive in. Hit me up. Let's talk about your number 5.
Cole Bishop from Utah.
Yes.
He's a very productive player in college. He's played pretty much most of the games since a freshman, which you love to see. He's a great tackler and has the ability to bring down anyone with shoulder tackles. He's got good frame and great length, which will also translation nice into coverage. That was a typo on my end. He plays well through the line, too. He has the ability to weave through linemen. He plays very downhill and has the ability to cover running backs, tight ends, and receivers in the next level. I think Cole Bishop's game is going to transition. I keep doing that. Very, very well into the NFL. He's a great tackler. He's a guy that you love on your team. He's a good dog. Big fan. I like both the safeties from Utah.
I'm all right on Bishop. I wasn't overly impressed, but I think his game. I think he'll be a good rotational safety at the next level.
That dog is going crazy.
Yeah. He's real rangy. Really good at covering ground. Decent bursts. Good agility. But I thought he was really stiff when I was watching him.
See, that's how I thought about Velate. I thought he was more stiff than Bishop.
He was really over aggressive at times.
He is very aggressive. He plays
I noticed a lot. He like really bit on pumps and like play action plays.
Yeah, his football IQ isn't nearly as high as the 4 guys I have above him. The other 4 guys I think are all elite prospects when it comes to football IQ.
So my 5 was Cameron Kinchens from Miami, Florida. Kinchens, I always want to say Kitchens. Yeah. Cam's an absolute ball hawk as a safety. Only player in the country to reach a combined 10 plus interceptions over the last 2 seasons. And he's the first Miami of Florida player to do that since Sean Taylor, R.I.P. King. His willingness to take risks though is really concerning, and like he lacks the ideal weight frame and explosiveness as a safety, but like he makes so many dumb boneheaded plays when you're watching. Like, dude, don't go for the pick. Don't go for the big play. Just take the easy play. Let the guy catch it. Hit him. But otherwise, he's got decent instincts, sans him just wanting to always get an interception. Great ball skills, obviously. Good range as well. He definitely needs to shore up on his angles and fix up his tackling. He missed more tackles than you'd like to see last season. And but he can play in the box and over the top. I ended up with a 4th round grade on Cameron Kinchens.
Yeah. If we were going off last year, he would have been my safety 1 or 2 without a doubt. And then 2023, he's really stepped back, and then the whole process since even after the season.
Yeah, so he did not test well.
No.
I think his 2023 tape, a lot of it, I think they were just moving him around too much and trying to be too pretty with him. Just let the dude be a free roaming safety, but they were trying to play him at nickel, do some stuff at linebacker. And I'm hoping like that's what it was, and it just wasn't a step back on his part, because I loved his 2022 tape.
Yeah, his 2022 tape was top tier, dude. He was a 1st round talent. I loved him. I still do like him a lot. He's my safety 6, I said. So I'm surprised you have him in your top 5.
Yeah, I'm in on Cam Kinchens. How'd you feel about his teammate, James Williams, the other safety?
Not nearly as high.
Yeah.
He is my safety that I haven't had ranked, so he'd be my 15th safety.
Okay, he's 13.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he moves to linebacker. I think it'd be great.
I was gonna say, dude, he's tall, he's big.
Yeah, he did work some linebacker reps at the Senior Bowl, so I'm hoping he kind of transitions to that, because I think he'll be more effective there. But he was like a 5-star recruit coming out, and like his game just has not translated to college and the next level from high school.
Yeah,
but
there's a chance he's a way better pro than college. But you love to see the 5-star athlete thing. That means that they just played football their whole life.
Yeah.
So they love the game, dude. But that's what you want.
Yeah. All right. Go on to your number 4.
4 is Kalen Bullock from USC. He played receiver in high school, and it really shows when he tries to high point the ball. He's really good at intercepting it at his highest point. He's very good at man-to-man and zone. He has the ability to make big plays when they matter. I've noticed that a lot when he was playing. He's very clutch in the 4th. He plays like a coach on the field. He knows what to be said and when to done and when to get the job done. He's a great team guy. He's a guy you just want on the defense and around the ball at all times. I think he's going to be a really good pro. Third round grade. around Kalen Bullock, maybe late second.
My concern with Bullock is his size. Like he looks like a corner. Like he's built like he's real skinny
He is
and a
built like a
real
corner,
lean
for sure.
frame, and like I've noticed that, and I haven't seen growth from him. Like he's been playing a lot since he was a freshman, and I haven't seen him exactly like get better every year. I've just seen him kind of stay the same with only slight improvement. But like I do like him in coverage. Like he runs really well.
He
Plays
covers
with
like a
good
four.
urgency.
Yeah.
Good in the run game. And he also has decent ball skills. I'm just really worried of his frame holding up and his play strength and his tackling ability. That's my big concern on Kalen Bullock. He's not a bum. I said he was, but he's not.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's definitely not nearly as physical as Cole Bishop, who I have at 5, but he covers so well, dude. I love the way Bullock, just his hips, his feet. He knows where to be, dude. That's what I want, especially in a safety. As long as you know where to be, that's really what I'm looking for my safeties.
My 4, Tyke Smith. Smith, like his Georgia running mate, lacks the ideal size and athleticism to be at the next level, but his football instincts are really good. Hard-nosed run defender who excels from the nickel spot. He did play safety at West Virginia before moving to Georgia, and he took over the nickel role from Bullard. He had his most productive season in college this past year at Georgia. He led the Georgia Bulldogs defense in tackles, interceptions, tackles for loss. He's tough, physical. I think he's going to be a good rotational safety, nickel corner at the next level. He should contribute also on special teams. And I ended up with a late 3rd, early 4th round grade on Tyke Smith. I have noticed I'm a lot higher than consensus on this guy.
Yeah. Before I moved my safeties around today, he was, I think, like 5 or 6, and then I dropped him to 11 when I put everything together on like tape and stuff.
All right. I believe our top 3s are the same, though. Newman, Hicks, and Bullard.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we'll do Jaden Hicks first because neither of us have him as number 1.
Yeah, he's my 3.
Hicks, I'll start. Hicks was a strong safety predominantly at Washington State. Leader of the defense, absolute unit out there for the Cougars. Not the greatest athlete, doesn't have elite long speed, but he's a sure tackler and great in coverage. He excelled playing down in the box as well. Piece that can be moved around, constant performer on defense, smart, tough safety who should contribute from the start as he continues to develop and improve his anticipation in the passing game to become an adequate ball hawk. In the end, I ended up with a late 2nd, early 3rd round grade on him.
Hicks, yeah, I have a 3rd to 2nd round grade on Hicks. He rips the ball out of the air, which you love to see. He's got extraordinary football IQ. He reads the offense like a quarterback would. He's extremely quick to react because of the football IQ, so he knows when the ball is going to be in the air, which also helps with high pointing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's good in the run support, which you also like to see out of a guy who's really good at coverage. He's good up against the line.
He's really good in the box. I noticed that.
He's very physical as well in all features, coverage, the run game. He's gonna be a good pro. Hicks is
he's really
on my board.
I was really late to him in the process, and I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in on his game. I really think, like, I think my top 5 guys, like I really like them. I don't think there's a lot of depth in this class. Like I think like you're really pulling for strings after like 6.
I was gonna say like 6 or 7 kind of guys because like I like Smith, I like Kitchens, I like those guys. I would say like 6 or 8 is like the good safeties I really like, and after that you're kind of like you said, pulling a string.
All right, let's talk Tyler Newman. I'll start. I got him 1. He was your 2.
Yeah, he's my 2.
Yeah. All right. Newman, really rangy, athletic safety, absolute playmaker as he set school records for interceptions at Minnesota with 13. He is a little over-aggressive at times when he's tackling and tends to lead with his helmet. He does have experience playing both of the safety spots, and he's real tough in the run game even if he lacks an ideal weight. He's fearless yet controlled, an all-down safety with great ball skills. I think the fact that he was banged up this past season and through the process.
Mm-hmm.
People have just kind of started to forget about him. But I'm still in. I had a second round grade, and I do think there's a chance that he does go round 1 towards the end, but I think he's absolutely worth like an early second round pick.
I agree. I think Newman and Bullard, I think one of them has the chance to fall into the first. I have a late first, early second grade on both of them. Newman's good frame, good size, plays extremely physical sideline to sideline. Very high motor, gets everyone around him hyped up. He's got great hits, dude. He's got a great highlight package. He's good. Minnesota. One of your schools, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also gonna apologize for my reactions going on. I'm live watching the Sixers game. It's 96-96, 50 seconds left in the fourth.
That's how I know something's happening.
Big game, baby.
Yeah, Minnesota is my college football team of choice. Minnesota just rules the football life over here. But yeah, I love Newman's tape. I dread that he ends up in Green Bay.
It's such an easy pick to slot in a mock, dude. Just be like, well, here you go. Here's a safety. But they spent so much money on McKinnon, dude. I don't think they're going to pull a day 1 pick on safety.
I agree, but we'll see. Maybe if they really like Newman's tape, which I do, I think he's worth the pick. Him and McKinney together would be killer. Let's talk your number 1, Javon Bullard.
All right, I'll start. He's an elite athlete. He's great grab. He's got great balance when covering. He's got an elite football IQ, which I mentioned about my top 4. Actually, he's very quick to recognize the play. Great ball tracking skills. Plays very physical in coverage and around the line. Game-changing ability from the defensive side of the ball. And he's also very good in the zone and great in man. I love his man. Like, if he's one-on-one with someone, he's sticking to him, dude. They're not getting open.
Yeah, so Bullard, like I mentioned with Smith, he does lack ideal size, length, and speed at the next level, but he's such a damn good football player that you can ignore that. I think he's going to be a really nice piece as like a hybrid defensive guy for any team. Like, I think he's going to play safety, he's going to play nickel, and he's going to be good wherever you put him. He's smart, quick to read routes, quick to react, absolutely fearless when making a tackle. And while he does lack athletic traits, his instinctive traits are up there with anyone in this class. And I ended up with a late second, early third round grade on Javon Bullard.
All right. A little bit different, but yeah. We still have 1, 2, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much even, though. I think when we do our top 100 boards, you'll see that they're pretty much like a spot or 2 apart.
Yes, we'll be doing our top 100 next episode, so that's going to be fun. I am looking forward to that. My board is pretty well set at this point.
After
there might be some minor changes.
Slide some guys in. We're good to go.
All right, let's dive into our cornerbacks. We're going to do this one a little different. We have our 10 through 1, but we'll probably only touch base on a handful of them.
Yeah.
Because we do want to do a little special mock draft for you guys here to end the episode. So I'll start. I'll do my 10 through 6.
Yeah.
At 10, I have my dude, Max Melton, Rutgers. 9, I have Kamari Lassiter from Georgia. 8, TJ Tampa from Iowa State. 7, Enos Rakestraw Jr. from Missouri. And at 6, I have Mike Sanderstill from Michigan.
The dog. I love that guy. My 10 is my guy, Jerry and Jones, Florida State University. 9 is Kamari Lassiter from Georgia. 8, Mike Sanderstill from Michigan. 7, TJ Tampa from Iowa State. And 6, Enos Rakestraw Jr. from Missouri.
I can't believe you have TJ Tampa ranked higher than me. I mean, in your rankings, he might be higher in my top 100.
I was going to say, you might have him higher in your top 100, but I have him and Sanderstill's pretty even.
Oh, I love Mike Sanderstill.
Dog.
He might be one of my favorite players in the draft.
We're up 5, baby. We're up 5, baby.
Let's go Sixers.
We're up 3. We're up 3.
But, Max Melton, though, he's my 10. I've absolutely fallen in love with him in the process. Like another guy I got a late start on. I really liked his tape. Love his upside. Really explosive, both straight and linear.
Mhm.
Real fluid hips. Real tough. Like that dude is not afraid of sticking his nose in the run game. Plus, he has good ball skills. I ended up with a late second, early round grade on Max Melton. I am all in on that dude.
Yeah, I got Max Melton at 11. He's my one
Okay.
out. He's 11. He's so good, dude. You are right. You were on him before I was. He's good though, for sure, dude.
You're one. So, Jerry Jones was your 10, yeah?
Yeah.
He's my 14.
Understandable.
I have Rose on him. Going into this, I had Renardo Green over him for a while, but
I think Green's gonna play safety, bro.
Maybe.
I think he's gonna switch up. I think he's gonna end up playing safety in the NFL, and I have him at 15. So around where you have Jones.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I ended up with Green at 18.
Okay.
Yeah. So hit me up. Tell me about Jerry Jones. He's been a guy you've been on for a while.
I actually don't have a scouting report. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I don't have one written down for Jerry Jones.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, he is my guy. I know he plays sideline for a corner, which you love. He's not an elite athlete, but he does make up for it with his football IQ, which is why I have him ranked higher. Because if you've paid attention on the scouts IQ, I've probably said football IQ more than anyone has said in the last 2 weeks.
More than I've said touch base.
You do touch base on a lot of guys. But no, football IQ is one of the things that I love for in guys, and that's another thing with like college. If your dad played football, you were just born into the game. I'm not saying Jerry Jones' kid. He's not a dad. He's not a football kid dad, but he's got the IQ, dog. I think he's gonna transition well, and I like Florida State guys. Florida State guys usually end up panning out well on the defensive end of the ball.
And you want high IQ guys at like corner for sure, because it might be the toughest position to play in football.
I mean, you're out here covering elite athletes, and you have no game anymore.
Nope.
The NFL has stopped you from touching these players at all, and corners still end up making probably the second best looking plays on a football field behind a receiver.
And they always got to run backwards.
Oh yeah, you're always backpedaling, dude. You have no idea what's going on behind you. You got to rely on your safety having your back, and if he doesn't have your back, you look bad, and that's not on you. That's on your safety for not having your back.
Yeah, it's a hard knock life out there for corners. I'm actually trying to see if Jerry Jones is a football kid.
I don't think he is, bro. I think I would have found that out.
That's true. Sometimes that stuff slips under the radar, though.
That is true.
His defensive backs coach was former NFL superstar Terrell Buckley.
Interesting. I've heard Ed Reed has like 2 nephews in this draft.
He's got like a nephew and a cousin. I don't remember which ones.
Like that.
They're both safeties too. It's the kid from Air Force is one of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the other one.
Interesting.
But yeah, Jerry Jones, I love his chippiness. Like he's a super chippy, like confident dude. And you want that. A corner needs confidence to match up with.
He's got the receiver type of confidence.
Receivers. Yeah, I probably should have asked you which corners in your bottom 10 that you had stuff on.
I typed out stuff for Rachel.
Okay.
My picks.
Okay. I mentioned TJ Tampa earlier. You had him at 7. I have him at 8. Real big body, explosive type. Real alert, good ball skills. A little aggressive. He does miss his angles, and he's a poor tackler. He misses a lot of tackles, and that's what moved him down, because the 7 guys I have ahead of him are a little more assured at the tackle position, at tackling.
See, I've noticed that a lot though in this draft class with corners specifically. A lot of them don't tackle. Yeah, there are. Do not get me wrong. There are multiple corners in this draft that will fuck you up, but there are some that will just step to the side.
He's a coachable dude, former receiver who Iowa State moved to corner, and he really took to the position well. Like coaches love working with him. Like he soaks in information, real hard worker, team guy, also a real good special teams player. So I think that's where he's going to wind up for a bit, especially like if he misses tackles still at the next level. I think he's going to end up being like a number 4 corner. But if he even becomes a mediocre tackler, I think he's a CB2.
Yeah, I think he can be a CB2. with the right coaching.
All right, let's talk up our number 6s, and then we'll move on to our top 5. So, talk up your number 6, my number 7, Enos Rakestraw Jr. from Missouri.
He's great at identifying plays and making the right choice. He's good in man-to-man end zone, which a lot of the guys in the draft class are, so only good at one. There are some guys that do both. Rakestraw can do both at an elite level. He gets physical for a thinner guy, which you like to see. He's not big for a corner, but he's very physical. He's very handsy too. He's elite at good changing directions. He's very quick to react. So it's nice to have that catch-up ability. And he's a football IQ guy. He knows how to play the game, when to play the game. He doesn't make many mistakes when covering. He's always in the range of the right place, which
he's real sticky in coverage and real aggressive. I am worried about his testing a little bit, even though it doesn't really like translate to tape. Like I thought his tape, he looked good, but like he had the 26th best out of 28 in his flying 20 at the combine.
He tested so bad at the combine, but it doesn't make sense.
He's also got a little bit of injury history, but super competitive. Like he's not afraid to put his head down and hit you, which you love to see from a corner. Like not a lot of corners like to hit, like we said earlier. Good footwork, patient. Like I do love Rakestraw, but I am a little worried about his long speed holding up in the NFL, especially from an outside point where I think he might end up just being a slot only type corner, even though he does have a ton of outside experience.
I was going to say, he plays the outside very well, but I do see him, if it doesn't go well on the outside, I think he could be a very, very good slot corner in the NFL because of how sticky he is. Because those slot guys, bro, they're always juking and jiving. Sixers are up 5.
All right. My number 6, Mr. Sainristil. The name pronunciation for him, his first name's not Mike. It's Mikey. Mikey Sainristil.
It is Mikey. Yes, it is Mikey.
I did not know that. I've been calling him Mike. Undersized, lacks height, frame, length, makes up for it by being this dog. He's super competitive. He's good footwork, controlled athlete. You could tell he was a wide receiver, how he tracks the ball and he aggressively attacks high point for such a small dude. And really alert. He's a big play waiting to happen. He had 6 interceptions this year, 3 of which he took for 70 plus yards. Like great ball skills, real sticky, real scrappy. Like he is your prototypical nickel corner. He's been referred to like as a player coach. Teammates love him. He's always looking to like be a game changer, whether it's making a tackle, making the interception. I'm all in on Sainristil. Going into the process, I barely had him in my top 10, but after just watching him, I'm in. I ended up with a full second round grade on him, but he feels the type that like the Chiefs would take at 32 or the Niners would take at 31. And I'd be fine with that. If he does end up
getting into the first, it's because he's a dog, dude. He's going to interview so well, and teams are going to see that he's a dog, dude. He loves football. He's willing to do anything for a team. He's IQ guy truly as well. Like the definition of a Michigan guy. Like Michigan has this aura around him right now, and he literally would do anything for that team. Dude. He would die for that football team.
And everyone loves mocking Michigan guys to the Chargers, which I get, but if the Chargers got him in the second round, what a fucking pick for them, because their corner room is bad. Yeah, dude. They need that type of guy in that locker room.
Yeah, dude. He would definitely hype some stuff up.
Yeah, let's go to our top 5. I'm assuming we have the same 5 guys.
I would only assume so.
At least I hope so. I don't think any of us are throwing a curveball here. Hit me up. Who are your 5 through 1?
5 through 1. 5, I have Nate Wiggins from Clemson. 4, Kool-Aid McKenzie from Alabama. 3, Terrion Arnold from Alabama. 2, Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo. And 1, and he's been one the whole time, and you can't steer me otherwise, baby. Cooper DeJean, baby, from Iowa. There's no reason that this guy is not everybody's corner one in the draft, bro.
I was really worried you were going to throw me a curve, and the last second you moved Coop from 1 because I know how much you love Quinyon Mitchell.
I love Quinyon Mitchell, dude, and it's so close. But Coop, he's not going to fail.
Yep. All right,
because
my number 5
at corner, which he's not going to. He has the ability to switch the safety, which not a lot of the guys do. And when he switches the safety, he's going to be an all-pro there too, so it doesn't matter.
Number 5, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alabama. Number 4, Nate Wiggins, Clemson. 3, Terrion Arnold, Alabama. 2, Quinyon Mitchell, Toledo. Corner 1, Kalen King, Penn State.
Kalen King, baby.
No, Cooper DeJean, Iowa.
Hell yeah, baby. You're not going to find many two guys hyping up Coop more than right here.
No, we will not stand for Coop DeJean slander on this podcast. So the only difference we have Wiggins and McKinstry split.
The only reason I have Wiggins at 5 is his tackling ability. I think Kool-Aid's floor is so safe.
Kool-Aid's got a really safe floor. Yeah.
Where Wiggins has the chance to bust based on his tackling
I actually
ability.
like Wiggins as a tackler. I just don't know how it holds up because of his frame.
See, I found that he's not physical. He's afraid. I seen him step aside a few times, which I don't want. At least try to stop them.
Yeah.
But he's so small, dude. And that's the problem why he's not going to step in front of someone, because he's looking out for his body, and I'm fine with that. Because if he's not there to play, he's not going to play at all.
Yeah, so my little blurb for Wiggins. Wiggins possesses rare athleticism. He's got great speed, both long and short, real quick hips, fluid feet. He's spatially aware and rarely out of position. What he lacks in size, I thought he made up for in physicality when he got physical. It's just a matter of how physical can he be for his body to hold up. His weight and slender build is definitely a concern, as he was hurt through college and hurt through the pre-draft process. Play strength was a concern. So I didn't think he lacked physicality. I just thought he just got outmanned because of how small he is. This aside,
that kind of makes sense.
He excelled in man. He excelled in zone. He has top-tier ball skills. Tape alone, he could push to be CB1 and would be a top 15 prospect. But with his build and durability concerns, I ended up grading him out as a late first, early second.
Yeah, I think he's a mid to late first, but if he would fall out of the first, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'd get it. I love his ceiling. I think he's got a higher ceiling, and that's what I went for over Kool-Aid, who I think has a lower ceiling, even though his floor is insanely high.
Yeah. So we just switched based off that. I went lower for, because Kool-Aid's not going to bust. He's going to be a good corner. But his ceiling, he doesn't have like the elite traits that Wiggins or Arnold or Mitchell or Coop has.
Yeah. Do you have anything else for Wiggins?
No, I am speed ka-chow written down. He's got my arm size to help him cover on the outside. He's very quick in recovery, speed, great ball timing, and can't tackling well is my downside.
Lightning McWiggins. All right, let's talk Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
You go. You got him higher.
He's amazing in zone and still decent enough in man, but his zone work is impeccable. He's so good in zone. And we'll get to Arnold later. They go hand in hand. He's very quick feet and nice hips. Works well in the return game as well, which is a nice little plus. He's always cool, calm, and ready to react, which you love.
Cool.
He's
cool.
He's always
with a K.
Cool. No, I like Kool-Aid a lot. He's just such a safe prospect. He's gonna be good. And even like before this season, Kool-Aid was talked about as a top 5 prospect in the draft. And he's fell because Arnold's risen, and he didn't look as good this year than the last year. But
the guys above him have really taken a step up in the process. It also doesn't help that he's got the foot injury. I don't get the buzz about him not being a first round pick. Like I have a late first, early second round grade on him, but the back end of the first, I'm taking this dude.
Yeah, he's so safe in the back end of the first. Like, you're going to get someone that hits. So
maybe the coolest with a K nickname in the draft. Maybe also one of the safest picks in the draft. Not an elite athlete, and his athleticism is, in general, isn't ideal for the NFL, but he's incredibly poised and insanely productive. A true shutdown corner at Alabama, as quarterbacks this past season just didn't throw the ball his way. I would like to see him attack the ball a little better and improve his consistency as a tackler. I noticed he tend to kind of just like throw his shoulder, throw himself at guys instead of wrapping up. But otherwise, like, he's a decent enough tackler to be passable at the next level. But he carries himself with this confidence to match any wide receiver personality. Plus, he provides the ability as a punt returner. Real good floor prospect, decent upside, late first, early second round grade, like I said. I think people are just trying to overthink Kool-Aid McKinstry.
I think they're trying to get fancy with, like, oh, he's not an elite prospect, but the back end of the first, you don't need to be an elite prospect or athlete.
Nope.
He's
good
so
football
safe,
player,
he's gonna
high
hit.
IQ guy.
I mean, hey, man, those Ravens pick at 28, so I know how that works out.
The board always falls their way. So we got the same top three. Let's talk them out. Let's talk Terrion Arnold, Kool-Aid McKinstry's running mate. I was actually surprised you had Arnold 3 because we've never really talked about him in the process. So like I didn't know how you felt about him. But he's an incredible athlete with elite stop-start ability, and he has good recovery speed, good long speed. One of the better run stoppers in this class. He plays physical to a flaw. Like I noticed he drew a lot of penalties, and had some plays that should have been called, and he does kind of struggle to regain position when you get him turned around. His body control's all over the place. Sometimes he's a little wild out there. But he's got CB1 upside and the ability to play inside, outside, and possesses scheme versatility. If he can improve his play strength, which is just okay, and get his body control, that's my main concern. I think he could be one of the better safeties in football, and I had a straight, easy first-round grade for Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's great NFL-ready frame, willing to wait at the right time to make the play. He's very downhill. He plays like a linebacker, like you said. He's so physical. He's a great tackler. He's good in man-to-man, but better in zone, where Kool-Aid and him swap, I believe. So one does the other, one does this one. Yeah. He's also got great change of direction to catch up. But I'm surprised that you have him at 3. I thought you would have had him higher.
It's tough to put him higher.
I thought you would have had him over Mitchell.
No.
I'm glad to hear that. I am very, very glad to hear that.
I'm not sure I've ever had him over Mitchell.
He seems like a real TJ guy. I don't know.
He is. I can tell you,
had to like Terrion Arnold TJ guy for sure.
All 3 of these guys are in my top 20.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
I do love Terrion. I would love Terrion Arnold at Minnesota at 11 if we don't move up for a quarterback. I'd also love Quinion Mitchell there.
I think Terrion Arnold he could be the first cornerback taken. I think he. Yeah,
I think the NFL is gonna love him.
I think it's gonna be him or my cornerback too, Quinion Mitchell. Yep. I don't think it's gonna be Coop.
It's not, and it's a shame. But let's talk Quinion, absolute stud at Toledo. Left school is the most productive defensive back in school history. Possesses great body control, explosiveness, elite ball skills, silky smooth back pedal. Like, I love watching this guy run backwards. I am a little concerned about his play strength as he didn't really face a lot of great competition, but his upside is insane. And I would like to see him play slot more. Like, he rarely played slot corner. He was strictly just an outside on an island guy. So I would like to see a little more versatility in his game, but great play recognition, great anticipation as he consistently baited quarterbacks. Easy first round grade. Yeah,
for sure. You mentioned that he was statistically the best corner. Last year he had a quarterback, and quarterbacks targeted him. They had a completion percentage of their QBR was 49, which is dirt. You're not completing passes on him. The great ability, he works the whole field. His play recognition is awesome. He's a good, decent tackler. He's not afraid to get physical when need to. And he's also elite at closing gaps on other players. So he's quick as hell. He's everything you want out of a corner. He's going to be a cornerback 1 in the NFL.
Yeah, he's so
good.
Him or
Arnold, I think, is going to be the first cornerback taken in the draft. And Mitchell has incredible upside. He's almost going to be a top 10 prospect on my big board.
Yeah. I'm low-key buying into Atlanta taking him at 8.
Oh, dude, I love it. I would have loved it.
I think they can get a good edge rusher in the second.
Yeah.
Get a dog at corner.
Yeah. If you think
Spe-
he's corner 1 in the draft, pull the trigger at 8. It doesn't.
Yeah.
If he's your
Yep.
guy, get your guy.
Speaking of CB1, let's talk our joint CB1, Coop DeJean. Coop, he's been my CB1 the whole process, and this class absolutely made a push. Like, it's not like the guys under him, like we said, haven't been pushing him. But I just can't quit Coop DeJean. He's CB1, he's safety 1, he's my first pick in the drafted up pickup ball game amongst these prospects. He is, I'll give you the spoiler alert for the draft board, my defensive player 1. Natural athlete, flips his hit, great football IQ, great ball skills. He's everything you're looking for in a corner. He's really effective, potential all-pro no matter where he ends up. Like, I know people want to be fancy, move him to safety, play him only in the slot, and he's going to excel wherever you put him, like you said at the beginning of this bit. He does lack explosiveness at times, and his initial burst isn't great, but he makes up for it. Minimal experience in press coverage, but he's got the frame and ability to overcome that. He's also a special teams savant, like great return man, great gunner, easy top 10 grade for Coop DeJean.
He's like the ultimate athlete. If you look at his football stuff, his high school stuff, he played like basketball, football, track.
Go check out that Coop DeJean basketball tape. It's phenomenal. It's insane.
And it translates to college, and you've seen it. He's the best corner in college. He's the best. He's going to be the best corner in the draft. If he ends up moving to safety, God forbid, okay, he's going to be a 10-time Pro Bowler. So what are we talking about here? Like you said, he's my defensive player 1 on the big board. He's the perfect size, can easily be an NFL corner or safety. Not elite burst, but good enough ball timing burst, and he's elite in coverage, so he doesn't need the elite burst. He adjusts so smoothly. His play recognition, he's got the best technique in the draft out of any position. He plays his position the best out of anyone in the draft. And no one can tell me otherwise.
Yeah, he's also the best tackler.
Oh, yeah, dude. He raps so well. Dude.
He's if Kyle Hamilton was a corner. So, like, Kyle Hamilton, when he was coming out, like, that could... Imagine if Baltimore gets Coop DeJean and they can just fucking toy around with him and Kyle Hamilton.
If Coop falls to 28 or whatever they pick, and the Giants don't trade into the first and pick Coop, bro. Him falling to the Ravens is such a Ravens thing, dude.
Yep. I'm gonna go out and say it now, though. I think Coop DeJean gets picked in the top 15.
I agree. I think he's not gonna test well with fucking scouts and all that. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I think some owner or coach is gonna fall in love with this kid because he's elite, and they're gonna be like, draft him. You need to draft him.
He's too good to turn up.
Yeah. He's
gonna end up. Somehow the Eagles are gonna trade up and get him though, because that's what they do.
That's a very good possibility. I think the Eagles walk away with one of the 3 guys we just talked about.
There we go. Let's recap that whole thing. We'll do our top 5 safety recap and then top 10 corners. My safety 5, Cameron Kinchins, Miami. Safety 4, Tyke Smith, Georgia. Safety 3, Javon Bullard, Georgia. Safety 2, Jaden Hicks, Washington State. And safety number 1, Tyler Nubin, Minnesota.
5, I have Cole Bishop from Utah. 4, Kalen Bullock from USC. 3, Jalen Hicks from Washington State. 2, Tyler Nubin from Minnesota. 1, Javon Bullard from Georgia.
All right. Top 10 corners, Max Melton, Rutgers at 10. Number 9, Kamari Lassiter, Georgia. 8, TJ Tampa, Iowa State. 7, Anus Rakestraw Jr., Missouri. 6, Mikey Sanristil, Michigan. 5, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alabama. 4, Nate Wiggins, Clemson. 3, Terrion Arnold, Alabama. 2, Quinyon Mitchell, Toledo. And number 1, Cooper DeJean, Iowa.
Top 10 corners, 10 through 6 is Jarian Jones at 10 from Florida State. 9, Kamari Lassiter from Georgia. 8, Mikey Sanderstrill from Michigan. 7, TJ Tampa from Iowa State. 6, Enos Rakeshaw Jr. from Missouri. 5, Nate Wiggins from Clemson. 4, Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama. 3, Terrion Arnold from Alabama. 2, Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo. And 1, Coop DeJean from Iowa. Dude, Iowa's producing so much talent the last couple years. Dogs, dude. Straight
Also,
dogs from Iowa.
we did not mention Coop DeJean's biggest strength. He's a white boy who plays corner.
White boy.
And plays it well.
Dude.
Like,
we finally got ours.
Like, they had Riley Moss last year. He ain't
yeah.
nothing compared to Coop DeJean, baby.
But Iowa, producing white corners.
Iowa.
2 in 2 years, baby.
2 in 2 years. We'll have to look at the roster. Summer Scout.
Give me, real quick, off the top of your head, one guy outside your top 10 that you like. Corners.
I'll give you 2, just right off top. Don't Cam Hart from Notre Dame. I think he's going to end up moving to safety, though. Mm-hmm. So he kind of fits safety. And I'm going to go with Andrew Phillips from Kentucky. Like,
hell yeah.
I love this dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Kyrie Jackson from Oregon. I like his game. I like his
tall.
Tape. I like him a lot.
6'4", 6'3".
Oh yeah, for sure. 6'4", 194, big body.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Newton from TCU. I think he's all right. He's got a decent game.
Yeah, he was one of those guys like Kalen King. Like, he was real high in the early process, and now it's just kind of like dwindle. But I think he's a good like 5th round guy. I think he's a good day 3 gem.
Draft, which is going to happen, and I think he's going to end up being all right. He'll make
safety though. Sione Vaki plays running back.
Dog. That's
plays
crazy.
Anywhere. That's RB5 in this class.
Kenny Logan Jr. from Kansas.
I know he's one of your guys. All right.
Let's end this, and we'll do the mock as a little special episode.
A little like 15 to 20 minute little.
Yeah.
Throw it out there. Maybe it'll be a YouTube exclusive. No, we'll post everything on Twitter. No, I'll post it only on Twitter.
We like all our platforms. I'll post it only on X.
I will live stream it to X, and that's the only way. You're only getting it if you tune in this second.
Tune in on the live stream on X.
So stay tuned for that. We're going to record that here, so I'm not counting that as ending my hat streak. I'm not changing my hat because we're recording
got a weird
today.
Thing going on. I didn't even know what the fuck you're doing.
I have had a different hat on every episode, and
you are fucking insane, dude.
I only have like 4 more hats, so the streak is gonna end.
Oh my
soon.
God, he's running out of hats. I got hats. I'll give you my hats. I'm not a hat guy.
I have hats in storage. I'll find them. Big hat guy.
Storage hats.
Me. Yes, I got all the hats. I have all my hats stacked up to the side that I've wore.
I honestly did not notice you have worn a different hat.
Yeah, I have.
That's crazy.
I got this nice little coffee cup with a sombrero and a mustache. Yeah, it's cool.
Nice. Little Easter egg. TJ the hat guy.
Yeah, hat guy. That'll do it here for this abbreviated, real quick episode, but we wanted to get our Couch Scout stuff done before the draft. Next year, we'll probably start that like right after the combine.
Yeah, no, next year we will be way more prepared. This has just been let's start this podcast before the draft, see what happens.
Yep, we've been talking about it for a while, but we wanted to get it done. So we got some other things planned for you. A little special quick mock episode. This will be like, we'll label this like episode 8.5. That episode will be 8.5. This was episode 8.
Yeah, episode 8.
Thank you,
baby,
for joining us here on the Lost Followers. Oh my God.
Don't do that.
That's a throwback.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us at the Drafted Up podcast. I'll end this one this time, boys. Adios, muchachos.
Well, follow us on Twitter at DraftedUpPod _pod. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good jazz. We love you guys here at the Drafted Up podcast. Adios.